Alright guys, so today is the day. Corn silage officially begins today. It is Monday, August 24th. Let's go see if this works. Of course, before I go grab the chopper, I get the fuel trailer. Man, that is handy. Well guys, like the professional YouTuber I am, wink wink, took off this morning in the chopper without the camera. Kind of glad I didn't have it for most of the day, because I spent a big chunk of the day kind of angry because things did not go as planned. The 8700 that Glenn runs, he was having a lot of trouble with overheating. All afternoon it was 100 degrees, 20-mile-an-hour wind. It is not fall silage weather by any means here right now. We got another 4 days of 100 degrees and breezy. So corn is going to start drying up. Luckily, it seems like we're staying right on the edge of dry. So hopefully we have enough that we can kind of knock out this week to where the 100 degrees doesn't make us fall behind. But anyway, so Glenn was having trouble with overheating. I was having trouble with my DEF giving me codes about it was getting hot. But I talked to John Deere and they said that's going to happen on a hot day. It's not anything to be overly concerned about. They said if it happens again, just dump some more DEF in the tank. It cools that tank down. So we'll see if that works tomorrow. But, so I'm heading home now. Obviously, because I pulled a brain fart, I'm going to take the camera tomorrow, hopefully, to make this more of an interesting video. So, with that being said, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, so sometimes when harvest starts, everything goes great and you're hit the ground running. Sometimes everything falls apart and nothing goes right. This year is that one. Nothing has gone right so far. So yesterday, like I said, like a professional YouTuber, I forgot the camera and didn't get any footage. This morning I made sure to grab it, but yesterday the 8700 was having overheating problems. Granted, it was like 104 with 20-mile-an-hour winds. Great weather for August whenever you're trying to stretch out corn harvest as long as possible. The 9800 was having a sensor problem on the engine that would give a stop code, but what it was, it's a sensor that was starting to go bad. So what you'd have to do is shut it down, let the computer reset, refire, and you could go. I had to pop up 3 times in total yesterday. Really annoying, but not horrible. Dealership overnighted us, sent one overnight, so that way we could put it on as soon as we got here this morning. So we get going this morning, grab the camera. Like I said, I remembered it today. I was all excited. Get to the field. I don't go 300 yards and I had to restart that thing 4 times. That sensor completely gave out overnight. So we start calling the dealership to get a tracking number. They find it. It's sitting in Denver. Delayed. So I'm down and out. Nearest sensor to just get us running is a 4-hour drive away. Or there's another one at the dealership, which is 5 hours away. While we're trying to figure out a plan, Glenn calls in the 8700. All of a sudden, he's having fuel pressure problems. 2 options there. Either the fuel rail sensor is bad, or the fuel filters are bad. We're pretty sure we just changed fuel filters, but they've got a fuel pressure sensor at McPherson. McPherson was also going to bring us our new Zern direct cut head tomorrow. So, because of all this, I am now cruising to Kansas as quickly as I can. Gonna meet the salesman somewhere along this highway. Hopefully I don't have to go almost to McPherson. I don't know, he's still rounding up parts. But I'm picking up the header, my sensor, a sensor for Glenn's in case that is his problem, and a harvest lab for Glenn's because his harvest lab isn't working. That gives us our yield, moisture, all that fun stuff. So yeah, day 2 of harvest is somehow worse than day 1. So I'll keep you guys updated on how this fun-filled adventure goes. Alrighty, so here I am about 140 miles from home. come across the bustling metropolis of Calvesta, Kansas. All that's really here is one house and a whole pile of Kloss choppers. That's actually low from what I'm used to seeing when I come through here. But every time I do, because this is essentially the halfway point to McPherson, where our deer dealer is for our choppers, every time I come through here, I always have that argument in my head, maybe our next one we should get a Kloss. It's right there. But the other day, running the deer just proved in my mind why we've been staying with deer. Thursday when we tried my chopper and I had deaf problems, the deer dealer in town, 6 miles from home, was there within 20 minutes working on it. Went back, had parts next morning, was back out working on it, and I go, you know what? That's why I feel right now we have to stay with deer. Our nearest Kloss dealer is 150 miles from home. Our deer dealer is 6. Yeah, we deal with this one in Kansas for choppers because they know choppers. Our local deer dealer doesn't handle choppers because we're the only choppers in our area. So that's why we go to a big chopper dealer to get quite a few of the parts. But then again, we also order several $1,000s in parts from our local guy. But, you know, I know someone's going to be watching this going, yeah, if you would have had a Kloss, that wouldn't happen. Yeah, it's easy to talk crap. Every machine breaks down. Every machine has problems. It is what it is, no matter what color. In this case, green, different green, or New Holland yellow. Combine case, you got John Deere, Case, Gleaner, New Holland, all of them. Everything breaks down. It's all about service, and that is the reason we've stuck with deer. So, like I said though, I'm 143 miles into this drive, so I'm about halfway. I'm going to call the dealer because I've got to be getting within about 50 or 60 miles of him. Start figuring out a place for us to meet, get everything switched over and go. So, I'll talk to you guys once I get all the parts and everything. Alright, so we're headed back home now. Got the header back there, as you can see. Kinda, maybe, sorta. There is the harvest lab. Hopefully I'm showing that. And, oh, hey, look. Set of sweeps out here in the middle of nowhere, Kansas. But yeah, so here is the sensor for my chopper. That little guy right there. That little guy brought a $700,000 machine to a standstill. That is aggravating. But it is what it is. Halfway down here, I called back to see how the other cutter was getting along. Changed the fuel filters, even though they only had 200 and some hours on them. It resolved the pressure problem, so I don't know if we had a little something in some fuel or what, but all of a sudden he's got pressure and he's cutting. So at least we got one chopper moving today. I'm hoping, let's see, where am I? I'm hoping in about 2.5 hours I'll be home. Colorado time, it's only 3 o'clock, so it'd take about 10 minutes to put the chopper back together, and hopefully I can get over to the field, cut a handful of loads, make sure everything is good to go. Hopefully we're good to go, because if this sensor doesn't fix it, then we got a problem in a wiring harness, and that's good luck finding it, because them harnesses get huge. So yeah, if you couldn't see the header trailer a minute ago, there it is. So yeah, let's get home. If I stop to grab something to drink or stretch my legs, I'll walk around and show you the header and the header trailer. But other than that, let's just get home and get back to work. Alright, so here we are about an hour away from home. Here's the header. This trailer is built by a company in the town where the chopper came from. So, same as the other heads, single hookup. There's the giant auger. I think I kind of went over this briefly in the chopper shopping video. But it's actually a pretty decent trailer. I don't know, I'm doing 60, so I guess I really can't complain about that. Once we get home, we're never going to go more than about 30 miles. So, there you go. I'm going to run into Casey's here, grab a bottle of water. 1 more hour to go. Alright, so by the time I got home, it was right at 5:30. It's now 7:30. I was told not to worry about going over where the other chopper was, because he was already sending trucks home for the night. So we got the sensor installed, got the cutter all put back together. I dropped off the header. As you can hopefully see behind me, I got the fuel trailer again. So, hopefully, we're ready to go in the morning. We'll find out. But I think this is a good spot to end this video because it has been a weird 2 days. So I'll catch you guys in the next video.